all my video game fans out there, this episode is for you. PlayStation 5 is rearing kind of around the corner, but they have revealed a brand new controller, the groundbreaking controller for this console, and I figured, hey, let's talk about it. So, let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd News. I'm your host, Chris Chavis. Welcome. And as you can tell, we are back in the lab today. You know, we've had a slow kind of time in the world of entertainment because of, Corona, but hey, a show must go on, content must be created, so here we are. So we're here today to talk about PlayStation 5. Now, this is a video game topic, so if you're not into video games, I'm sorry. But specifically with PlayStation 5, they revealed their new controller for this system. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chris. Why are you doing an episode solely based off of a controller? Good question. That's a very good question. I applaud you for that one. But before I tell you why, if this is your first time here, hi! Please hit the like, the subscribe, the notification bell. That little bell will notify you of all future episodes as they are posted. So back to the question at hand. Why, Chris? Why are you doing an episode based off of a controller? Well, a couple of reasons. One, this controller is going to shape the way we play video games in the future. And two, controllers are often overlooked when you talk about video games and video game consoles. Now, normally when you talk about video game controllers, you don't see people sitting in a in like a nerd booth. I don't know what that is, but pretend it's a thing. And they're like, you know what I like, Bill? Oh no, what's that, Gary? That controller on that PlayStation, it's fantastic. Oh my gosh, I really like the controller on the Xbox. No one does that. Unless, you're bashing controllers like, okay, gamers, you're gonna get this. Remember GameStop or even Walmart, how those really cheesy game controllers that had like in the center, turbo, slow-mo, half speed, full speed. You know what I'm talking about? They're kind of clear, you can see through them. Those are garbage. No. PlayStation 5 is like, you know what? If we're gonna make a new console, let's change the way that people look at something so simple as a controller. And that's what leads us today. Let's talk. All right, first of all, we're going to go off aesthetics. Here's what it looks like. Bam! That's right. That's really sleek. Kind of looks like a little Bentley, doesn't it? So the engineers of this controller wanted to make a really sleek feel, a more fit in your hands type of controller. And as you can tell, it looks like something that you could easily just grab and it feels good. You don't need rubber grips or any extra things that you can buy for controllers that you can nowadays, which is crazy. Now, you can tell right away that the color scheme that they had on the PlayStation controller before this, you had a haptic light at the very top. Now they just kind of shifted that down and it's in the center. So you're still going to have that light feel, but more of the center of the controller, which makes it feel more alien, makes it feel more flashy, if you will, like a Bentley. It is like a Bentley. And one thing I do appreciate about the PlayStation controller rather than the Xbox, the two thumbsticks are going to be in the center instead of slightly askewed. Now, I'm used to playing with askewed, but I like the feeling of it. It's all centered. It's all perfectly centered with itself. And I blame my wife mostly for having things have to be completely centered. They can't be askewed. I have to shift a frame, or if I see something out of alignment, I gotta shift it, or a rug or a coffee table. Oh, I'm evolving. But based solely off of aesthetics, it looks visually appealing. It looks like something that you would want to purchase. It looks like a special edition controller that I know a lot of collectors would, if they saw this and they're like, this is only limited for the first wave of PlayStation controllers, or PlayStation consoles for that matter, they would snatch this up. So I give it an A+ for just aesthetics. Now let's move on to the hardware and why this beast is amazing. So this controller, the DualShock 5, will come with a detachable touchscreen in the center of the controller. That's right, detachable, which means I can take it from here and I can hold it here, I can hold it here, I can hold it behind the camera, whatever you want to do with it, man. Now, this display could be used for tactical feedback in in-game actions, like display text, game menu. The players can access the game that they're playing without even pausing the game for these kind of features. So it's giving you a little bit more immersive experience. You never have to leave the game that you're in. You're currently in that world and you could do more with it. There's no pausing. There's no need to pause to do something. It's pretty cool. And another thing that's going to stand out with this controller is right now the PlayStation controller uses a micro USB port. But this new controller is going to be replaced with a USB Type-C port. That means this controller is not only going to charge faster, but your battery life is going to stay charged a lot longer. You'll also notice on the controller there is no share button. On the previous PlayStation controller, there is a share button that allows you to, share, but it's okay. It's still there. There is a share aspect to this controller. There's more information about that as the console comes out. Right now, it's there. You just don't know it's there. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Another neat feature is you'll notice little speakers a little down from the center of the controller. That is a speaker so that you can actually talk to other players when you're playing online, so you don't need a headset. But how good is that speaker? We're going to have to wait and find out. Now, there's also a lot of rumors that are coming with this controller. One of them actually involving Apple. One of the rumors is it's going to come with Apple Watch's graded biometric sensor. What that means is it's going to detect the player's heart rate and how much their hands are sweating so that it can, kill you. No, I'm just kidding. And last but not least, one of the coolest features, it's going to have a haptic motor in the controller. But what that means, it's like the DualShock that came with all the other controllers. Every controller that has it now, it vibrates when you play a game, right? This one's going to vibrate differently depending on the game that you're playing. So it'll adapt to the environment of the game that you're playing so that each time you're playing a new game, it's a new experience every time. So if you're playing a game like, let's say, a car racing game, you can feel the vibration that's going to be a lot different than you would be for playing NBA 2K, let's say. That's pretty neat, I must say. Innovative. But like I said, this controller is going to be really neat. It will change the way that we look at controllers going down the line in the video game world. So to answer the question at the very beginning of this episode, that is why I decided to do an episode on a controller, because it's pretty cool. But if you're excited for this controller, guys, or this system, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you think. I really do. I lay down at night and I think, what do my listeners like? What is it? What do they want? Talk to me. Tell me. I need to know. If you like this episode, guys, or if you love my channel, please check out my Instagram and Twitter account. I update those daily so that you know what's going on in the world of very slow entertainment. And until next time, guys, remember, if you're getting a new console, don't overlook the controller. Otherwise, you're going to make him sad. You don't want to make him sad, do you? Do you? I didn't think so.